This week on Outside Your Zone, with the whole team in shock over the disappearance of our chief engineer, we have no choice but to carry on south as the days were ticking away on our VNF licence, giving us less than a week to reach the Med.
It was now down to just the four of us to keep the OYZ dream alive as we made our way ever closer to the sea.
Right, it's 5 AM and we are making the preparations to set off towards Macon.
That's us away from Chalon-sur-Saône. Dark and early. We've got, I believe, 60 kilometres, 70 kilometres today, one lock. And where is it going to?
Port Mâcon.
And we're going to Port Macon.
In Macon.
Get on.
So we are well and truly underway on our way to Macon. The sun is due to rise any moment and it's a beautiful morning. We thought we'd leave early to give ourselves as much time out of the sun as possible, because at the moment the midday sun is boiling and hard to do anything in, so we thought we'd give ourselves enough time before the heat of the day to make some miles up. Where's Henry? Miss you, hen dog. Gone but never forgotten.
That tree's filled with crane nests.
Is it? You can see them in the tree.
Right, we are approaching our first lock of the day. So let's VHF them in. So in the locks on the Saône, life jackets must be worn. So this is something like 2 meters that we're going down. Get in. Feels different to be doing this without hen doggy, but we continue. No choice but to go on. Closing the gates. Hopefully we see hen dog soon. 10 to 9, and it's going to be a hot one. We can tell already. So we have made it to just outside Mâcon. It is only about 11 AM. Yep, we're about to pull in and talk to the Sula about what our plans are, because we've made some really good ground for how early it is. We may carry on, we may stay here overnight, have a chat with the boys about the plans, maybe an explore of Macon, and then maybe we'll carry on, maybe we won't. Despite having passed the red navigation marker and sailed well clear of the shallows as indicated on the charts, on our entrance into the marina we ended up in another sticky situation. Sugar! We've made another mistake, so it's time to get the kayak out and drop the anchor, drop the stern anchor over there, and winch ourselves out of trouble. Oh well. Once again, it is time for the Riber Photon to get us out of a sticky situation. We met Riber at Boat Life and they were kind enough to gift us some waterproof bags and kayaks, which had saved us multiple times when we had run aground. These kayaks are made from 100% recycled plastic, and you can use the code OYZ10 for a discount on the Riber store.
Our plan was to paddle upstream and kedge the anchor just as we had in the Seine. The current's not that strong, so you should be able to kayak away with all the rope.
Yeah.
It's just too easy to crank in. I don't think it's been set well.
Right, we're trying again. Right, let's do this. Seems like we're getting much more tension this time. We've had plenty of boats pass us, but no one's offered any help. Right, we're going to try again with 2 anchors, like we did on the Seine. Let's see if it works this time. lost my anchor.
It's gone.
Fuck. It's gone. Line snapped her. Snaps, there's nothing we can do about that. So we've just lost one of our best anchors. The line snapped. We're stuck. Don't know where the boys are.
While we wondered what to do next, Captain Rams, true to form, had been inflating the sib to come to our rescue.
Yes, you're out, you're out, you're out, you're out, you're out.
Let's go!
Careful that anchor, careful that anchor.
Let's go, Ramsey!
There you go. I'm here. So it doesn't fall off back.
Yeah! Boom!
Right, I'll go help you.
Let's go! We're finally away. Winners. One anchor down, but we're unstuck. And we're making our way into Mâcon, Port de Plaisance.
Sam just tried to order some beer and he actually said 5 grand beer, and then we realised there's no dog lead. For as long as we know it's a cat.
After exploring Mâcon, it was time to head to bed, ready for another early start the following morning. We were greeted at dawn by an impressive fleet of hot air balloons which punctuated the hazy blue sky as we rejoined the river.
Mâcon has been inhabited since before the Roman era and was an important river port for the Celtic peoples of the area. The town was known as Matisco by the Romans, and evidence suggests that it was a significant settlement. In 1764, a large Roman silver hoard was discovered, known as the Mâcon treasure. It included over 30,000 coins, but most of the artifacts soon disappeared, and all that remains are a few statues in the British Museum. Mâcon is also famous for its proximity to the Beaujolais wine region, and the International Wine Fair is held in the city annually.
Right, it's almost time for our first lock of the day. One thing that's extremely cool about the French Inland Waterways is that I've probably seen more herons than I've ever seen before in my life. I probably see about 20 a day. There's one over there and there's one sat in a tree just next to it. We see them all the time. I absolutely love herons. It's a fairly big one. We've been dropping for a while now. I've just seen the brilliant blue of a kingfisher. Flew into that tree over there. There it is! There it is! Whoa! That was absolutely awesome.
Is that a Johnson? Yes! Oh no!
We were fast approaching Lyon in what would be the most incredible stretch of our journey so far. The Saône snakes through a picturesque valley surrounded by forested hills and pastel-coloured buildings. We were in awe of our surroundings and couldn't quite believe that such a place was real and how lucky we were to be sailing through it.
This is Chalon, so this will be our final lock of the day, and we're nearly at Lyon. If you are going to do this yourself, it's useful to memorise the French for upstream and downstream, so that when you VHF the locks, you can say which direction you're coming from and they can prepare the lock for you. So it says in the book that Chalon is a 4-metre lock. It is very, very hot today, in the mid-30s Celsius. I know that might not seem very hot to some of you, but for us Englishmen, mid-30s is absolutely scorching. So can't wait to pull up and have a cold shower. We're not far from Lyon now. The last few miles has been absolutely beautiful. This valley is stunning.
This stretch just upstream of the river confluence is unbelievably beautiful, and our unique perspective of the valley around us from the water was my highlight of the French Inland Waterways so far. Sailing through the dramatic landscape littered with ancient buildings, it truly felt like we'd been transported back in time.
We can start to see the high-rise buildings of Lyon. This section has been absolutely magnificent with all the old buildings.
The island to our starboard received its name from the Latin for Barbarians Island, suggesting it was one of the final holdouts of Gallo-Celtic culture in the area. A monastery was founded here in the 5th century, though the first bridge was built over a millennium later, only 400 years ago, connecting the island to the rest of the city.
We've seen some locals swimming and bathing at the side of the river, which means it must be okay for us to swim around. So let's do it.
Bears! This is unreal!
As we began to round the bend, the basilica came into view at the top of the hill. This impressive church was built on the site of the Trajan Forum and is dedicated to the Virgin Mary for reportedly saving the city during the bubonic plague. Lyon still holds the famous Festival of Lights to commemorate this supposed divine intervention. By urban area, Lyon is the second largest city in France, and its location at the confluence of the Saône and the Rhone has ensured its long-standing strategic and economic significance.
The founding of Lugdun, or Lugdunum as it was known to the Romans, was ordered by the Senate in 43 BC, a year after the assassination of Julius Caesar. The city soon became the capital of Gaul and was even the birthplace of Emperor Claudius. By 443, Lugdunum had become the capital of the Kingdom of Burgundians, as the land that we now call France made its transition away from Roman imperial authority and towards the dominance of the Franks. During the early modern period, Lyon was the centre of banking in France, and development in the city was driven by the silk trade, due to its access to the Rhone, a vital trade route which leads all the way to the Mediterranean. Over the next couple of days we would be following this route, which enters the sea at Port Saint-Louis, the final stop on our French Inland Waterways adventure.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. So it looks like this is our spot. We're in.
Get in! So we've arrived in Lyon Metropolitan Marina, and it's looking stunning. On the way in, it was absolutely beautiful. All the stunning houses on the way and the gorgeous architecture way up high on the hills and stuff like that. And I honestly can't wait to go have a little explore and get a nice cold refreshing beverage.
Yeah, this is for sure one of my favourite places that we've sailed through so far. The levels are absolutely crazy, and being in the bottom of the valley, it's so beautiful. It's boiling hot as well, but what a place. I've never seen anything like it. Can't believe that we're sailing through here on the bateaus. Let's go.
Bateau boys.
The Bateau boys. We're going to go and have a little explore on the skateboards, get a cold can to refresh ourselves, and we'll be away.
Lyon with the forageables.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the Outside Your Zone shop, where you can get this t-shirt among others, and subscribe to the Patreon for inside access, day to day, moment to moment of what we're doing on the bateaus. So thank you. Au revoir.